My only disappointment with the Bionics kit was the way it stood out. Everything else worked so perfectly together and the power was excellent. So you could only imagine how excited I was when a special company decided to integrate the Bionics kit. But now with the visual elegance it deserves. Grace, a company established in Berlin, Germany in 2009 was born from a man who wanted an electric bike but none suited his needs. He would make a decision that would set the benchmark for electric bike design. And what he built was something really special. The Grace Easy is something beautiful to look at. The simple but beautiful white and black color combination. The black 350 watt Bionics motor. No signs of a derailleur because of the 3-speed SRAM internal hub. The fully integrated and disguised 48 volt battery in the down tube. Powerful front and rear lights that are actually usable at night. And one of my favorite additions, the new Carbon Gates belt drive system. The Gates Carbon Drive system was developed in 2007 by Gates Corporation, and this is one of the first electric bikes to harness this technology. Now, because traditional derailleurs can no longer be used with the belt drive, we're left with only a 3-speed internal hub. Maybe there is something I may not like about this bike. Now the SRAM internal hub doesn't offer a vast amount of gears, and I'm always cautious of electric bikes that don't have a vast amount of gears because of their weight. Number one, when going up hills, and the second is when the battery runs flat. The SRAM 3-speeder was designed with the bike to keep things as simple and maintenance-free as much as possible. Now the SRAM 3-speed has an indicator here on the right, and it tells you which one of the 3 gears you're in, and it's pretty easy to change gears just by the twist of your wrist. So we're coming up to the hill now, and let's see what it's got. Now I'm in the first gear, and I want to just see what this bike has with its only 3 gears. So once again, the same hill that I test all of our bikes, and I can definitely feel that it's taking a lot more effort, and you can see by my slow cadence, I'm really pushing hard being in the lowest gear. I mean, it's manageable, but it definitely is quite tough. And it did take some effort to get up that hill. So the pedal assist sensor in this bike doesn't work traditionally like the Bionics kit. It doesn't have a torque sensor in the rear hub enclosure. Instead, what Grace did was adopt a technology called Advanced by FAG. And the reason they did that was because the torque sensor wouldn't have worked with the Carbon Gates belt drive system, because there's so much tension on that belt even when you're not pedaling. And as we know, the torque sensor detects tension on the chain, so it wouldn't have worked like a traditional derailleur system or a chain system would have. Which brings me to my next point. Now, pedal assist sensors usually take at least 2 to 3 revolutions to kick in. Now, this is so advanced that it's unlike any other pedal assist sensor on the market. The pedal assist sensor on this bike has up to 16 pulses. On a traditional electric bike using a pedal assist sensor, it's either 5 or 8 pulses. What that means to you, it could be jumbled, but what that actually means is you get so much more accuracy in the bike detecting when to give you assistance. So you're not going to get those 2 or 3 revolutions of the crank arm before assistance kicks in. You're actually going to get always less than 1 revolution for the pedal assist sensor to kick in. Now the next step was to see how the bike felt and handled on a typical commuting path. I'm in the best city in Australia on one of the best bikes in Australia. This carbon gate stripe system is amazing. It's really not what I expected. You know, there's no slipping, there's no such thing as the belt coming off. When you're pedaling, it feels exactly like the normal chain, except this time, you know, you don't have to worry about getting grease on your pants. You don't have to worry about broken links. You know, you don't have to worry about oil and maintenance. The Grace Easy really is an easy bike to ride. It really stands by its name. You know, there's really nothing to it. You power on the bike and you just take off. It's quick to maneuver. It's light as well. You know, everything about its performance is predictable. You know, even though it doesn't have a traditional torque sensor, the pedal assist sensor technology that they've used in this bike isn't no ordinary, you know, plate that they've just put onto the crankset. It's quite an advanced mechanical system, which means it's able to give you that predictability that you want in an electric bike. You want to know when the power's going to come on. You don't want to find yourself on a hill putting your foot down and the bike doesn't take off and you're in the wrong gear and you end up falling on the side. The power in this bike reminds me of Bruce Banner. It looks tamed, but inside it's the Incredible Hulk. It's got so much more power to give, but it's all under control, so it doesn't hurt anyone. Let's not forget the electronics used from the Bionics kit. It still uses the same excellent motor. It still uses the same feature-rich LCD. It still has brake regeneration. Now the parts on this bike are excellent, from awesome hydraulic disc brakes. It actually has a front usable light. It's the first bike I've ridden where the front light is actually, you know, usable. It actually lights up the street. It's not some little lamp that's gonna, you know, give light to the ants. It's actually gonna help you commute at night. And if you ride at night, you know, you're not gonna need to replace this light. You know, some of these bike manufacturers install these front lights and they think, oh yeah, it's got a front light on it, it's gonna work great. And really, it's 50 or 100 lumens. The light on this bike is just excellent. And obviously you've got a nice LED backlight as well. You know, that's clearly visible and it's gonna help people spotting you. It's also an extremely comfortable bike. Yeah, it's got a rigid frame and the seat doesn't look comfortable, but I actually rode this bike for 34 kilometers until the battery went flat, and not once did I get up off the bike. And I think the fact that this, you know, is a bike with no suspension and it's just been designed so well that it kept me comfortable is just something mind-boggling. Now for those that live in Sydney and know this bridge, I'm about to get on the Anzac Bridge just to show you the torque sensor of this bike. Now I've got it in the highest gear, so gear 3. And my cadence is going to get pretty low here, and I just want to show you the pedal assist sensor. The fact that it's a pedal assist sensor, cadence gets pretty low and it still doesn't drop. Bear in mind, I'm in the highest gear at the moment, not the lowest gear. It's actually got so much more power if I just put my foot down a little bit. So there you have it. First reliable pedal assist sensor. So what's not to love about this bike? The fact that it costs $43.99 Australian dollars. The fact that inside is the Incredible Hulk, but it's electronically limited to 25 kilometers an hour. I don't know the answer to those questions. I just can't keep the smile off my face.